Welcome to MiniWebTool. If you have ever spent weeks pushing yourself on a treadmill, pouring sweat and energy into a routine, only to step on the scale and see zero movement, you already know the physical exhaustion of doing the work and getting no reward. This is the moment the frustrated beginner usually gives up. You start out strong, eating in a strict caloric deficit, and the numbers drop. Then, around week 4 or 5, the scale freezes. The primary culprit is standard, static diet math. We are often told that a 500-calorie daily deficit equals exactly 1 pound of fat loss per week, every week, until the goal is reached. This graph shows where advice breaks down. Internet calculators promise a straight downward line, but biological reality is a curve. With less mass to carry, your 500-calorie deficit naturally shrinks to 400, then 200, until metabolism matches intake. Relying on a static formula creates mathematical expectations that your biology is actively designed to prevent. To bypass that failure point, we need to generate a goal weight date based on realistic math. Today, we are going to do exactly that using the MiniWebTool Weight Loss Calculator. The calculator functions using adaptive TDEE, or total daily energy expenditure recalculation. Instead of locking in your starting weight, the adaptive model recalculates your body's energy needs for every single pound you lose. Basic tools ignore this shrinking energy requirement. By factoring it in, this calculator models the exact point where a plateau would normally occur. Knowing when that plateau will hit means you can identify the specific week you need to adjust your food intake to keep the scale moving. There is a clear trade-off here. Using this tool replaces the illusion of rapid weight loss with a timeline based on biological reality. Building your baseline starts with the raw physical metrics: your current age, weight, height, and gender. The calculator takes those metrics and applies an activity level multiplier to establish your starting total daily energy expenditure. This interface highlights the easiest place to accidentally ruin the calculation. When self-reporting physical activity, the urge to choose highly active is common. If you overestimate your daily movement, you artificially inflate your daily calorie allowance. Eating to match that inflated number will invalidate the projected timeline. You must select the activity level that reflects your actual habits over the past 30 days, not your intended workout plan for next week. The tool's accuracy depends on you confronting your true baseline lifestyle rather than an aspirational one. Once your baseline is set, you face a critical choice: determining the severity of your daily calorie deficit. This flowchart outlines your paths. The aggressive strategy yields the shortest timeline, but carries biological trade-offs: muscle loss, elevated hunger, and rapid metabolic adaptation. Conservative or moderate strategies extend the completion date, buying biological stability, preserving energy, and absorbing minor slip-ups. It is vital to stop treating severe, aggressive cuts as a way to make up for lost time after a period of weight gain. Choosing a deficit involves calculating how much biological and lifestyle friction you can endure, rather than treating it as a race for speed. To see how that friction scales over time, the tool generates a week-by-week milestone projection. This projection details the actual trajectory of your caloric needs throughout the journey. This comparison matrix breaks down the journey, generating declining daily calorie targets every week until you hit your goal. Look at the difference between week 1 and 10 under the aggressive strategy. As your body shrinks, maintaining that pace demands drastically lower caloric intake. This milestone feature corrects the common illusion that a diet becomes easier once you build momentum. In reality, getting closer to your goal weight often requires higher levels of physical restriction. By identifying the hardest, most restrictive phases of the diet in advance, the milestone map helps neutralize the surprise that usually causes burnout. This scorecard shows that the MiniWebTool calculator functions as a mapping tool for plateau prevention. Let's look at how different users should apply it. First is the optimizer profile. If you are facing a hard deadline, like a wedding or an athletic competition, this tool provides strict parameters. Optimizers must use the adaptive milestones to reverse engineer their weekly macros, committing to those declining targets in the final weeks. For the data-driven user, the calculator acts as a strict accountability contract, identifying the work required to reach a specific physical peak on a specific date. Then there is the beginner or pragmatist profile. If you are tired of frustration, your approach needs to be different. You should use the tool to set a moderate deficit and focus strictly on the 3-month milestone marker, rather than just the final completion date. Setting a realistic 3-month psychological anchor prevents you from quitting when the math naturally slows down at week 4. Human weight loss is inherently nonlinear. Embracing that biological fact is the only reliable way to achieve lasting results. To stay updated on more definitive tools and optimization guides, make sure to subscribe to the MiniWebTool channel. Mastering your weight loss timeline requires abandoning quick fix expectations and surrendering to the biological reality of how your body actually transforms.